The following contains subject matter that may be sensitive for some individuals.
Hello, America. My name is Dirk Harkins, and I'm your host of I Got Your Six, People Helping People, where I'm going to talk to ordinary people who do extraordinary things. I want to recognize their selflessness and the inspiration and positive ripple effect that they have within their communities. And today, I get to sit here with a young lady who I'm excited to talk with. We finally got to meet face to face. We've had some conversations over the phone, and they've always been great conversations. And I want to have Malissa Polen here this evening talking a little bit about herself and the organization that she belongs to that I really, truly love and admire what you guys do, the 22 Too Many. So, Malissa, thank you for coming from Texas. I know you have some family out here, but you came in from Texas and you gave us some of your time to talk about this. I know this is very important to you. So, could you just give us a little bit, tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name's Melissa Polen. I got together with 22 Too Many as a mom. This is my son, Ryan Baker. Grew up here in Ohio. I kidnapped him and took him to Texas. Just kidding. We moved to Texas as he was older in his teens. However, when he was older, he decided he was going to join a branch. He chose the Marines, joined, served 2 tours, pretty much back to back within 4 months of each other, Iraq and Afghanistan. And he took his own life in 2015, August 6th of 2015. Families don't forget the dates. That's one thing that has always happened. I wish the 6th would drop off of every calendar and that there would never be an August. So families do that. It's a common thing that you hear. Also, the first 6 months, we have foggy brains. It's an ongoing thing. You know, you tend to try to forget what you can, but you want to remember everything about your child. So nothing else matters. Right away, I wanted to get my son's wife some assistance, so I started looking into different organizations, and one of them was 22 Too Many. And of course, she was going through a lot because he had committed suicide in front of her, with her there. And I was actually here in Ohio visiting with his stepdaughter. Not that he ever called her step, but I was here with all my grandkids and had to rush back to Texas where he had done this. So it was a difficult thing. Within the first month, I hooked up with 22 Too Many. There were 2 co-founders, Carrie and Dana. They were friends, running buddies. And when I got together with them, I'm like, I don't really know who these people are, but hopefully they have some answers for me. Answers for myself, answers for my family, answers for his wife and daughter. And right away, Carrie reached back out and said, hey, I've got a mom right down the street. I'm going to get a hold of her. She's 7 years into the situation. I think she might be able to help you understand things a little better. And that she did, but she wasn't the only mom that reached out with the organization. We have different ways of helping with support systems, both spouse, siblings, parents, but to have somebody there to tell you, you're not going crazy. This is rough. It's important to know where you stand as a family member, that it's okay to feel like you're going crazy. Yeah. It's okay to feel like you're about to drop off this earth too. Yeah. But it's not okay to go off this earth. It wasn't okay for the veteran or your child or your spouse to go off this earth. That was not okay. In any way do I have I ever felt that way. But 22 Too Many helped me. And I I couldn't have imagined making it to the 1 year anniversary, which was tough.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
We went through his birthday first and then his 1 year anniversary. And without the guidance of the other mothers that helped tell me, do something special. Keep your child's memory alive.
Keep the name alive. Keep all the memories you cherish.
Keep him alive, and you know, maybe you're not ready to watch videos yet of him, but home videos at some point, maybe on those special days, watch a few or even a few minutes, or but spend it with people who loved him like you loved him. And grieving systems are different. Something that I thought, that I had trouble with my mother in the beginning because she would pick up everything of my son's and just hold it next to her and pat it and pet it. And I thought, man, as a mom, I should be doing that. Why am I not doing that? Why am I so gung-ho on, like, you know, fighting and just keeping his memory alive? And why am I not, like, sitting down and just holding his things and patting him? And then I read some books and realized that everyone grieves differently, and it's okay to grieve differently. And some people might grieve part way of one person and part way of another person. So sometimes in those support groups that I talked about, someone might write something and you might take part of what they say and go, oh, that works for me. Like, I understand that and I can cope with that. But I don't understand that at all, you know? But you might have another method that might help somebody else as you're writing it. You know, like, this part worked for me, but this helped me better. And sometimes you can take from both. And
just take pieces from
learn from everyone's
everybody.
loss and make your own path. You have to forge your own path. And that's important, is to continue to forge on, to continue to, for your child to be remembered. Now, I laminate pictures, as you can see. I laminate pictures of every single one of these. You can go on our website, 22toomany.org. Up in the one corner, we have a section that you can pull down that's heroes. And you can go in and you can print any picture of any hero. If you want an army person, you can click army and pull up army. You want a female or a male or something like that. I'm working on trying to get them to do states so that we can get that, but I can find states. Carrie and Dana can. There's so many of us that can find what states if you're looking for states. I think we have something like 57 in Ohio already in our organization. So there's a lot here because I do a lot of events since Ohio is my home state. Born and raised here. But I do all over the place. We go everywhere.
Well, that's an amazing program, and I really like the fact that I'm sorry that you had to experience this. I'm sorry that your son Ryan has felt that way. It's just it's a tragic number, that 22 a day, and it breaks my heart every day that I hear this happen. But what gives me motivation, I've lost friends and battle buddies. I call them brothers, but I've never lost my son or my daughter to that. So this 22 too many, immediately you reached out, and it was almost like God just lined this up for you because you had the support you talked about you needed. Your daughter-in-law had the support she needed, and then they have other supporting casts, you know, for different siblings and stuff like that.
It's important. So it's very important
because that way you're not alone. You know you're not alone. And like you said, everybody grieves differently and handles things differently, and you're taking little pieces off of everybody. It's pretty amazing how that works, and I'm so glad that was there. And could you tell us a little bit, just, you know, about Ryan. Just tell us a little bit about how he was growing up and why his passion was to join the military and do the things he did.
Yeah. So Ryan was actually born just outside of Boston, Massachusetts. So, of course, Boston Red Sox and New England Patriots. Why, I don't know. He always said he was born there. He was there for like a year, not even old enough to know what the sports were.
Somebody
But,
might have planted a seed in him before
yeah,
he was
a little bit,
it's
just a
like-
little bit there. He was born in Leominster, Massachusetts, but we came back shortly thereafter his birth to Ohio, and so he was raised here pretty much until I met his stepfather Vernon, and we got together and moved to Texas in 2001. And of course, Ryan went, "Let's go," you know. And everything, but his biological father was Army, and his stepfather was the Air Force. So he was like, "Hey, first branch that calls me back, that's what I'm going to go with," and it was the Marines. Tough road, very tough road. There are many instances that I said, like I got a phone call when he was in basic training. "I'm failing my push-ups," or "I'm failing my pull-ups." That's what it was, pull-ups. And I'm like, "Boy, you signed up for this. You get in there and do that." Do I look back and regret forcing the issue and him not flunking out of basic training now? Yes. But I don't think I'd have been any different of a mother. I've always been the type to say, you do it. You do what you got to do to get where you're going. His stepbrother is a firefighter, and he is constantly continuing education and paramedic and things like that. And so he goes through things in that aspect, but he has the sibling issues, you know, like I should have seen this because I was a paramedic or a firefighter, and I knew how Ryan was, and I was out with him when he was drinking all those Red Bulls and trying to stay awake from his night terrors. And I tell all of my kids, you couldn't have stopped this. I couldn't stop this. I know I couldn't stop this. It's a lot of people say that you can. The VA is one of them. No, it's just not. But I want people out there to know that there are so many organizations that can help. So many that can help if you're a veteran. The VA is not doing it. Find another one. There, are just, there's so many. And if you can't find them, reach out on our website. We've got all kinds of support sites listed too to
Call
help
me,
people.
call you.
Yes,
We're
absolutely.
here reaching out because we care about this, right?
Yeah. It's something I've taken phone calls in the middle of the night and talked vets through, or family members, mothers, siblings. I had a cousin one time. It doesn't matter if you have that connection with somebody and you're thinking that your time on this earth is over. It's wrong. It's not. God does not have that plan for you.
No.
He has another plan for you, and it could be just doing what I'm doing and you're doing, sitting here and telling people there are plans out there. There are people. There are paths.
You're not alone.
You're not alone.
We care.
Yeah.
We'll be here to give him a big hug or answer that call in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
When we say 22 too many and I got your 6, we take that to heart, right? So
I've told many people I'm the military mom. I may not be wearing boots right now, but I will put a boot up your butt if you think that you can get
that
away
probably
with
got your
those.
attention quite a bit. So have a little lady tell you they're going to put their food in or boot in your butt is always pretty intimidating because
Right.
I'm pretty confident that she could do it. So
Right. I know. I've never had any doubters.
Yeah.
I've had so many. We have a lot of them that served with Ryan that reach out and know what he went through, and there were many before Ryan that took their lives too. Yeah. But this is not the path, because each and every family member, or I'm not even going to go that route. Even the people who serve with my son thought, man, if Ryan would do something like that, maybe I'm like not handling things right and have that thought. That's not the thought to have. It's not.
It's not the thought.
It definitely needs to be for help or assistance of some sort, and it's definitely out there. But at any point, 22 too many. My email is on there. My name's spelled a little differently, but Malissa dot 22 TOOMANY at gmail.com. That's my email. My phone number being 210-846-8014. That's my number. If you need help, call. So
Rewind that if you have to and get those numbers and those emails because she is serious. I was on the website and I'm looking at everything. 2 years ago, I was so grateful your sister came down there. We do a 22 for 22 awareness walk the first September and the first Saturday in September at Sally Buffalo Park every year. And that was our second year event. She brought out a bag with the pictures and flags and cards and wristbands like this, 22 too many. And everybody that showed up, it took me by surprise. I come walking over and they're looking at all these pictures that you had laminated. And I was like, where did you get these things? And they told me your sister dropped them off and left. She was going off. And here I am at the beginning of the event.
yeah, we had
running
another
around,
event.
and you were going
dealing
somewhere.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, how did they escape? And then everybody started wearing them.
Yes.
And this year we had them strung across the new bridge that they had at the Sally Buffalo Park. Next year, my goal is to do this right here, to have 500 pair of boots or whatever it is all the way around that 1 mile lake when we're walking, looking in memory of Ryan and Rocky and all the other ones who have sadly taken their lives of suicide. And I read your mission statement, and it says this: our mission is to honor fallen military lost to suicide, provide support to their grieving families, share helpful resources for those battling post-traumatic stress, PTS, and increase awareness. And what I love about this is everything that you've been sharing with me. You're nailing your mission statement, because not only are you keeping these names alive by saying their names out loud all the time, sharing their memories, talking about this, but you're embracing them ones out there right now, sitting on the edge of the bed, thinking that they're by themselves, trying to figure out why maybe they're thinking about suicide. I had a hard time figuring out how to wrap my head around it when I thought that was my best option. Why am I constantly dwelling on this anyhow? And then it just was an overwhelming thing. You are nailing it, because not only are you keeping them names alive, you're showing those out there you're not alone. We want to catch you. We have something before this thing ever comes on. So this you're doing some preventive stuff out there as well. And it just, I love it. And it's got to be a huge motivator. You're talking about the relationships that you've built with other family members. And I look
We're
on.
close. A lot of us are insomniacs.
Yeah. Middle of the night conversations.
Middle of the night, even on Facebook, if it's Messenger in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I've been as far up as Maine, staying with a mom up there, and at just different locations and things.
Yeah. Somebody's like, "Oh, Melissa's active on Facebook. It's 3:00 in the morning. We're gonna chat with her and say, hey, you okay?"
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and some of those have been veterans.
Yeah. I see the people who wrote testimonies about how it's affected their lives, about you carrying on a loved one's name, or the impact it's had on from one of their friends or whatever. And it's just amazing. It's got to make you feel really good about what you are doing, and knowing that you are having an impact on this.
It does. And we work with so many other nonprofits, and things that 22 Too Many does help out with. We've helped with families that have had travel issues with sickness, or kids that have lost their parents during the holidays. just hooking them up with other people who are going through the same thing, or having the kids get together, and just so many other things that we can do. And we also help with a couple other nonprofits like Operation Creekside. Our pastor, Ed, he's our pastor with 22 Too Many, but he has his own nonprofit, Operation Creekside, and he donates these benches. They're like $2,200, and it could be up to $5,000 to deliver them, because he's delivered them. He's in California, and he's delivered them all the way to Maine.
Wow. Individually
Traveling with a trailer and everything. So obviously look up Operation Creekside on top of that.
Yeah.
But, everyone, I've heard the comments, oh, these nonprofits have millions of dollars and they're so rich and everything. Our funding is absolutely free for anybody to look at. We don't have a lot. What we have, dollar by dollar, pays to get our people out there.
Well,
The photos that I print, the laminations,
none
not
of that
cheap.
stuff's cheap.
No. We order the wristbands that everyone wears, and it's the 22toomany.org. I tell people you can look up anything you want about these particular people. Whoever you want to go in, you find that person, you can read their bio. You can learn about them. I've had so many people say, just reading that person's bio saved me.
Yeah. That's
Because
amazing. That's something we didn't touch on.
have- Yeah.
Is that each person, you can go online,
Yeah.
look at their bio. We've done that, and it's amazing. We have people doing the same thing. You can take them, like everybody wears them when they walk around. I'll send you these pictures. I have to send them to you. We got a ton of them.
Absolutely, yes.
And they brought them back the following year,
Yeah.
and they walked log more miles with them again. They've done different events with them where I have buddies who carry it in their lunchbox and different things like that. So it's you've made an impact right here with this the first couple of years here. So I have a couple nonprofits that would really like to join some efforts with you guys as well, and we'll be talking about that. How can somebody, if they want to donate, or another nonprofit
Right
wants
on
to
our
help?
right on our website, 22toomany.org. There's a donation area right there. You can donate. It's really easy.
And then if say
Super
somebody want to do a fundraiser,
They
for
want to
you
do a
or
fundraiser.
poker
You have
ride
my
or-
email. You have my phone number.
Yeah.
Just rewind and catch
Yeah.
those again. Reach out to me anytime. I am the event coordinator for 22 Too Many. So I will help make sure that you've got wristbands, information cards, pictures, posters. I do posters, and we send them out to people if you want specifically for your state, like who's from your state. But I always send every one of our people. Everyone. I want everyone honored. You might not get a picture of everyone being carried at one event, but trust me, they're being carried, and they're being carried on. I've gotten pictures back from people who went skydiving with our heroes, and I call them our heroes. They're our loved ones. They're not forgotten. It's really hard to do that when you look at a picture and you see a smile, or you see the loved one with their child, or things like that. We do have a couple where the husband and wife both went, and we have both their pictures. We also have a father and a son, and we have both their pictures. I never want to see that. Ever want to see that. I would much rather this dwindle down and there not be any pictures for me to see.
Yeah. We'd like to have that number down to 1, right? None.
I'd like it to
None.
be zero.
Zero. We
Big
don't want
zero.
any. That's the one we're shooting for.
Yeah, for sure.
So with efforts like ours, and I know, like you said, everybody does think your nonprofits are full of money, and if they did, then we'd have a bigger impact, because people like ourselves, the more we have, the more we're going to give back to that cause, that belief that we have to fight for this. So if they want to do a poker run, a motorcycle ride, anything like that, they have to contact you
You
first.
know, if they want to
5K
do
race,
bicycles,
anything,
yeah,
just-
absolutely. Any kind of races, anything like that. We've had walks, hikes, poker runs. We've had people walk across America carrying our heroes. Unbelievable. And I was there at the end, not the beginning of it, but I flew out for when they reached their end in DC at the Veteran Memorial. And it was amazing, the energy that was there. And the American Legions and the VFWs have supported so much on helping, whenever there's been something going on.
Our legions and our VFWs and all these organizations that's out there listening right now, this should be our number one issue right now is veteran suicide and slowing this down to zero. So if you're out there listening and
please put our organization out of business. I would love it.
Yeah.
22 Too Many needs to be gone. Yeah. We need to.
It does.
It won't ever be gone because we will always honor these heroes.
Yeah.
But we need to stop and think. This is harming your loved ones. If you think the easy way out to stop the pain that your loved ones are feeling or the chaos that your loved ones are feeling, no, it doesn't go away. It's worse than ever. I can honestly say that it's, I wish more than anything. I know there's been a few that I've saved and I'm grateful for that, but not enough. Not enough.
You was talking earlier about we should be able to identify different signs or things like that, and I've felt like that before, but we just can't hold ourselves accountable because sometimes it's hidden so well, and we just got to be embracing everybody and loving them when they're coming back from what they do to protect us and give us our freedoms, and have people like yourself who care, organizations like 22 Too Many. They're out there and they care. And if you're out there listening right now and you feel like that, you're struggling and you need somebody to talk to, reach out to us. My number is always out there, 740-491-7125, 24/7. I will answer that call. Melissa will answer that call because we do care. Melissa, is there anything else that you would like to share about the program? Anything else you would sing a song or anything for us?
No one wants me singing, trust me. I just want to reiterate that I get it. You're in pain. I understand that because I've felt that same pain myself, wondering if I could be here another day or wanted to be here another day because I'm missing a loved one. But I also know I have loved ones out there who would miss me. And if I took my life on top of my son taking his life, then where would we be at? So it's not the answer. There are other answers, and you may feel ashamed. There's no shame in any of this. Whether you're a family member missing a loved one or the veteran, I just want you to know that y'all are loved deeply. And our organization, 22 Too Many, is there. And you can go on our site, 22toomany.org, and you can look for places to reach out to. There's not anyone holding you accountable but your own self. You have to be accountable for your actions, and making that phone call or talking to the buddy at a bar and saying, look, I feel this way. I don't want to be alone tonight. Or maybe I need to go to the hospital.
It's okay not to be okay, right?
It's okay not to be okay.
And we understand.
Yeah.
Well, Melissa, I'm telling you, you're such an inspiration. You're such a strong person. I'm so grateful to have got to meet you, hear your story, to honor, never forget Ryan. I feel like every time I hear this and then I get to hear the story like this, I lost one of my brothers, you know what I mean? Because just what a great guy that he was. And I just can't wait that, you know, down the road that you and I can do some things together so we can get this number to 0. And we're going to, as long as the good Lord gives me time on this earth, that's going to be one of my main objectives.
I have one question for you. Losing your buddy, did that help put you in this path? Do you feel like that helped put you in this path?
Yeah, that is one of them for sure. And then the thought, I was that veteran at one time and felt that was my best option. And I sat on the edge of the bed with the 357 one night, and I went to the VA, backpack full of clothes, said, "Hey, I need help." They said, "Go get some medication. Come back in 5 days." So what happened to me was I went in on a Wednesday after I sat there with the pistol on the edge of my bed wondering, this is my best choice. I'm devastating everybody around me. I felt the same way as Ryan. All the turmoil that I created was a burden. But so the VA, they turned me loose. 2 days later, I was in an altercation with several of our local law enforcement. When you say Red Bull, I hate Red Bull also because I drank Jaeger bombs till I could not stand up straight. And part of that was the Red Bull. So I don't even want to be around it myself either. I was covering up all the pain that I had with that stuff. But by the grace of God, there was somebody there to catch me. A group of people, not only veterans, but the entire community rallied around me and got me to Texas to get TMS that we were talking about earlier to help save my life, change my life. And that got me going in that direction. So I got your 6 people helping people came from that. The whole community rallied around me. So yeah, you know, my buddies have taken their life to suicide. And then I know what it feels like to think that's my best option. And I know what it feels like to wonder why, not sure why, because I never thought that would be an option.
Right.
But so you're not alone if you're thinking I'm weak or.
Right. But that's not only the message I'm trying to get to you and to them, but if we can get a handful of those people listening today and make them aware, they could be other people like us and go out there and fight for these veterans and get on that path.
Yeah.
Make your voice heard. Join an organization. Start an organization.
Be transparent. Be honest
Yes.
about your vulnerabilities and your weakness. It's not a weakness. It's a strength to talk about this. So get it out there. You just broke me down, and I didn't even expect that to happen, but I needed that right now, I guess. And I'm grateful that you did that to me or asked me that question because
it's important for people.
It's important,
to know.
Yeah. Because now I have a driving factor to continue to working with people like yourself so we don't have to, and I will step on people's feelings before I step on the other side.
I will loan you a boat.
Do
you need a boot?
Yeah, you're about running out of boots. You're kicking everybody, but just keep.
We're gonna get a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, but that's driving factors, and just the fact that I appreciate everything anybody's ever done for our freedoms and to give us ability to sit right here, and like you say, come get on board with us, man. We're here for you. Let's go. Everybody out there kicking indoors. Everybody does a little bit. Nobody has to do a lot, right? And then we keep spreading the word and love
Share
each other.
your phone number.
Yeah.
Share your phone number with a friend. I know they say the 22nd is buddy check. Check in on your buddies. You haven't talked to them for a year. That's too long. Reach out.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people do the Wear Red Fridays.
Yeah.
it's a sign.
Yeah.
I've heard the put a green light bulb in your porch light so that people know that that's a safe place for a veteran to come.
Yeah.
There are so many ways to help. Reach out to an organization. Reach out to your friends. Reach out to your veterans. Reach out in your community and find out what you can do.
There's a lot more out there than people think, right?
There is. As you said, my sister showed up at Sally Buffalo to drop that stuff off.
Yeah.
We had events, and I'm like, I wish I'd have known. No one reached out to me. I didn't know. Just take these and drop them off. I know we've got event upon event upon event.
Yeah.
But
Mark this one down next year.
Yeah.
September, is it going to be the 5th or the 6th, the first Saturday first Saturday this September, and you can be out there with us.
And I'm
we're
always
gonna
here in September because usually the second week in September, I have 1 or 2 events.
Yeah.
Then I'm always here in May because we usually have one that I come to with Save 22.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so
I'm looking forward
I'm
to
out
it.
here. Find me.
Find her. She's excited to help. Trust me.
And if I'm
It's
not
like-
here, trust me, the co-founders, Dana, Carrie, one of our other coordinators, Brenda Gray. I mean, there's just so many. Sierra Pierre. I mean, there's just so many. Cousins, wives, sisters, brothers, parents fighting and starting their own either organizations or nonprofits or raising funds or just reach out.
Yeah, reach out. That's all there is to it. Have that strength and courage. I don't care if that phone feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds. Pick it up, manhandle it, and call somebody. So, man, this has been a great conversation, and I'm looking forward to doing some endeavors with you down the road to lower this number and get you back on here. We're going to just keep doing this from time to time, keep raising awareness, just keep rattling the cages, just let people know we're there and that we care for them and we love them, and they're not alone, and be transparent and vulnerable with all these things that you talked about. You've warmed my heart with this conversation. You've motivated me to be even more on fire to get this number lowered, whether you can believe it or not, because I engulf myself with this 24/7.
And you can't do it alone.
No.
So that's the other thing, just
We
to know
need-
always. You need people. You need a board. You need volunteers and helpers. It's not by yourself. So if you're watching,
Yeah. We have a good group in this area. Community has always been pretty receptive. We have a couple good nonprofits that are on board that I'm very blessed to be part of. And we have a lot of exciting things coming down the road, and it's geared all towards this. So I'm real excited. I want to thank you so much for coming on here.
yeah.
And,
Also, not to leave any businesses out, but if you're a business and you just feel like you need to step out and maybe add donations to your list of, when you make a sale or help in any way, never turn down a donation.
Yeah, never turn it down, because guess what? It's going to go to good use, right?
It does. It definitely
Just,
does.
if somebody is sitting here giving us the time to listen to this podcast today, and they heard everything that you said and absorbed everything that you've said to them with the sincerity and the passion that you just did it, and the courage and the strength, that I feel like it should warm their hearts, and I feel like that they were probably looking in if they want to be donating to something that makes a difference, it makes an impact on the veteran community. 22 Too Many is a great one to go to.
And it's just simple. 22TOOMANY.org. Very easy. Right
Very
down to
easy.
the donation button. And look at those heroes, guys. You can print them out yourself. They like steak dinners, occasionally like to go out to the theaters. You want to go skydiving with someone? You want to go whitewater rafting? These families love to see their kids go places. Send us pictures of you carrying their loved ones. We tag them. We make sure that they know. We might not catch all of them, but we make sure they know
Yeah, that's awesome.
that
They
you're
should.
loved. They're loved.
Yeah, never
You know?
forget them.
Never forgotten.
All
They're
right.
my heroes.
Mine as well.
And you are too.
Thank you. You're one of my heroes as well. So let's keep doing this together.
Sounds
It was great having you on here. With that being said, God loves you. I got your 6. Until the next time.